Speaking of a challenge, that's what Dr. Joel David faced when Sabina walked into his office. Sabina's life had a gap between the way things were and the way she wished things could be. She and her husband turned to Dr. David for help. The gap was in her smile, chipping away at self-esteem and self-confidence for as long as she can remember.
The most thing bothers me is smiling with a huge gap, and I would love to change it to close the gap.
Rarely does she smile to where her teeth are shown, because she has that always in her mind, oh, I have that gap, people are looking at it, they're not looking at me. And she's a beautiful girl. I love my wife. I mean, either way, you know, but I feel it and I notice it.
Sabina and her husband Ned are from Bosnia-Herzegovina on the Balkan Peninsula. They're part of Jacksonville's Bosnian community, numbering close to 9,000 people. Sabina's lifelong dream of closing the gap led them to Dr. Joel David and Associates.
Once we saw the commercial from Dr. David on TV, and we were just got big eyes, both of us, me and my wife, said that would be, you know, a solution, a doctor that could do something.
I want to get a mirror out and just kind of tell me what you're trying to change on your smile.
It's gap.
The gap.
As soon as she started talking to Dr. David, he already had ideas.
She said it affected her whole life. She came in, she said she didn't want braces. I think she had been to an orthodontist and they were talking 2 to 3 years with, you know, orthodontic care. So her main concern was, could we correct her problem without doing orthodontic care, maybe through porcelain veneers or porcelain restorations?
Let me show you some different styles that we can possibly do in your smile.
They felt comfortable with Dr. David and his team, who have experience that includes thousands of patients.
Then we saw it, was like, oh my God. So this is possible. It can be done.
This is no doubt in my mind, this is what I like.
This is what I like.
This is really the look. This is our most softest feminine look. So let me do, you know what we can do today? Let me take a photograph. If we can do the imaging first and show the patient, you know, what they feel looks good based on looking at photos, then we can superimpose that look on their old smile before we do it. So they can see how they're going to look before we do the case. So isn't that kind of dramatic?
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right.
That's where Dr. David said, you know, yeah, that's possible, we can do this, and, you know, actually we can do it in a day. And we're like, in a day, you know, how?
How we actually do the smile in a day, or the smile makeover in a day, is we take this computer simulation and we take a simple impression of how your teeth exist today, and we do a wax up. Once you approve the wax up or the diagnostic wax up, we can bring you in, prepare the teeth, laser scan the impression, and in about 6 hours totally change your smile versus taking 3 weeks. It's an amazing technology. So this is basically how you came in with this large gap. So what we're looking at today is we want to make sure that you really like this wax up.
That's great. I love it. Looks really
Basically that same day we're going to go start to finish. We're going to start off with this, and a few hours later you're going to look like this in one day. Give us a few hours next week and we're going to totally change your smile.
I can't wait.
All right, I can't either. I'll see you next week.
And when next time arrives,
What we're doing right now is taking the final impression, and we're going to take this final impression to our mobile laboratory, which is at our front door. Good morning. All right, we're ready to go.
Thank you.
All right.
Dr. Joel David has a reputation of riding the crest of technology.
Dr. Joel David and Associates did come to us and said, you know, how can we make restorations faster and quicker in the laboratory?
Dr. David outdid himself with this, a mobile laboratory, and the secret of teeth in a day.
Well, it has everything we need. It's got the computer system and the CAD-CAM system that we use to make the restorations, the milling machine that mills the restorations. We have all the equipment, the burrs and the tools to carve the restorations, to finish them, to put the final glaze or luster, as you would call it, on the restorations, to fire them in certain ovens that we have, and making the process go as smoothly as you can so the final restoration and the product comes out at the best quality that you can actually make.
As he works on Sabina's smile makeover, Ricardo, a technician in his own right, works on a different type of makeover.
You like the colors of that?
Yeah, something like that.
That's very pretty. That'll look good with your green eyes too. And your skin tone?
The restorations aren't finished yet, so why not make the wait an enjoyable one? Back in the mobile lab, Technology paints images of virtual teeth on a computer monitor as work to delete the gap from Sabina's smile continues.
This is a C-Rec milling machine, and what we're about ready to do is we're done designing the crown, and we actually load the block into the machine, and then we're ready to mill. And then we start milling, and it's done in about 15 minutes.
The crowns have been milled, shaped, glazed, and fired, and Paul carefully examines each.
Make sure there's no issues with the glaze and the luster coat, and then I can try them back on the model.
See what happens when he does? The gap vanishes.
Basically, they look good. They're all glazed, and they fit on the model, and there's no imperfections or anything. We're ready to try it in the patient's mouth.
As Sabina's new smile awaits its final test, her new hairstyle passes its test with flying colors.
That looks great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
They love it, and they say so. Then they head inside.
Well, let's come on in and show Sabrina what they look like. We have your porcelain restorations done, and what we're going to do is a try-in.
The moment Sabina has wished for all her life.
This is what we've been working all day for, and here's the grand unveiling. Let's take a look.
Oh my God. Wow, it's great.
The whole look. Your hair looks beautiful, the teeth look beautiful.
Oh, I can't believe it.
What a dramatic change.
Oh,
I'm
it's
really
great.
pleased. Isn't it nice?
I can't
No more gap.
It felt like actually I had them like all my life because they fit so perfectly. It's like for my face, and they were like amazing. I can't believe it. I need a couple days to just get,
Used to it.
Yeah,
is this a
it's
shock?
like I'm dreaming. The day that I got the mirror in front of me, it's been great. I've been smiling, and it's been amazing.
It's a just total paradigm shift on how we practice dentistry in the last 25 years. And it also, this new technology will let us do one-visit dentistry. We do everything in dentistry in this office, so it's not just smile makeovers that we do. We have people that have been wearing dentures for years, and they can't chew their food correctly, and we do implants. We do smile makeovers to change how they look and how they feel about themselves. And it's really nice. I think one of the most rewarding parts of dentistry is when you get the feedback from the patient. They tell you how it's changed their lives.
Sabina's feedback came in Bosnian, her heart language.
What I like to say to Dr. David is hvala najljepše od srca za ovaj posao što je uradio.
And that means
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the great job that he did. Thank you.
so what does Sabina like most about her new no-gap smile?
Everything.
Thank you.
I gotta hug you.
Okay, thank you.